My name is Arthur Ward. I teach at Lyman Briggs College, part of Michigan State University, and this is a screencast to explain my semester-long assignment of keeping a commonplace book journal. It was a Renaissance convention. Intellectuals like Isaac Newton, John Locke, Francis Bacon kept commonplace books, and it was a place for them to store their intellectual thoughts. Also, they would collect poems or even recipes and quotations. And it was a common place for them to store all this stuff so that they could go back to it later if they were going to write a book or something. So in the context of my courses, I ask my students to keep a commonplace book where you're going to write some reflective essays, but mostly it will be short analytical essays. And some of them will be on readings that we do for class, and some of them will be on topics of your choosing that are broadly HPS related. So in this screencast, I want to show you how to set up the technology, because it's all going to be done online in Google Docs. So I'll show you how to make one, and I'll say a little bit more about what it's for and how I assess it. So what you're going to do is, if you are an MSU student, you have a Google Drive account for you hosted by MSU. So you just go to google.drive.com and enter your MSU ID and password, and everything will be set up for you. If you prefer to use your own Gmail account, that's fine too. Either way is okay. Once you're in, drive.google, not google.drive. Once you're in, you want to click New, Slides, and this is going to pop up. You need to pick a background first, okay? Pick something simple. A little artistic is nice, but this, crazy color strip thing is going to get annoying. So pick something kind of simple, and I don't want you to use this widescreen 16:9 format. I want you to change this to standard 4:3. If you forget, you can change it later. Click OK. So now you've got something that looks like this. In the past, I've asked students to put their name here. I actually don't want you to put your name here. I'm going to attempt to more or less grade these anonymously. So instead of your name, put your Z number, the number that starts with Z that's on your ID. Okay. And so when I enter your grade into Gradebook, obviously I'll have to look it up, because at the moment D2L won't let me replace your names with your Z numbers. I'm experimenting with a different system that'll do it. Anyway, put your Z number there. And the next thing you have to do is share this with me. This is your document, but I have to be able to see it and give you comments and ultimately grade it. So go to this blue button up here, and you click it. First, you're going to click Get Shareable Link. But that's not all you have to do. You also have to change this from anyone with a link can view and change it to anyone with a link can comment. Okay? You're done, but what I want you to do is take this link and just copy and paste that into an email to me. You're going to be tempted to just add me here. That's sort of what Google wants you to do. It turns out that's very annoying for me, because sometimes I'm in my Gmail account, sometimes I'm in my MSU account. I don't want to be limited through one access point. So don't enter my email there. Instead, copy and paste this link in an email to me, and you're done. Okay? So now you've got this empty document. What's going to happen is each slide is going to be its own entry. It's like pages in a book. Okay? You get it? Let me show you my sample document so you can take a look and see what a commonplace book is. I'm going to give you this link, so take a look at it, take a little bit more time to read through what this has to say. There's interesting information here. This right here is a picture of Isaac Newton's actual commonplace book. This gives you some more instructions. This is going to go over the instructions that I've just given you here. As I said, most of the entries are going to be analytical essays. In an analytical essay, you need to have a thesis statement. It should be about 300 to 500 words. If you were to type that in Microsoft Word, that's sort of 1.5 to 2 pages, double-spaced. I will say that I'm going to take off points if it's under 350. If it's just 350, that's okay, but it's probably not going to be your best entry. I've graded thousands of these, and I just know from experience that better entries tend to be closer to that 500-word mark. Okay? You also need to add media components to this. So let me show you a sample entry down here. So this has a brief description of a reading at the beginning. It has a thesis statement that's underlined, and it has an analysis, and it has 2 media entries. They can be pictures, they can be videos. You can embed YouTube videos here. Please cite everything that you add. If you refer to something, make sure it's properly cited. If you have a picture, tell me where the picture came from. It's just going to be good practice here. The way that you could cite, it's alright to do what the student did with parenthetical citation. In this case, she's citing the textbook used for the class, so it's alright not to say the name of the text because it was just obvious. If it's something from a website, you could give the full URL. You could also just hyperlink it into the document. That's really easy for me because I can just click on it. When I grade it, I will grade it on a 15-point scale. I'm not going to put your grade in the document because that's illegal according to federal law. FERPA is the federal law that says I can't grade it in such a public way because this is a document stored on Google's servers. So I'll enter your grade into D2L, but I will give you a comment here. And the grades are out of 15 points. You probably won't get very many 15-point entries. I give them out very rarely. For me, that means there's no possible way you can improve on this entry, and there's usually a way you can improve on it. But excellent entries will get grades of 14. Good entries will get grades of 13, 12, 11, and so on. If you get under 11 or 10, there's something really wrong and you know it. Okay? But you should expect to regularly get 12s, 13s, 14s. Okay? If you have any questions about this, send me an email. Take a look at this document and look at some of the sample entries. These are all excellent entries on very different sorts of topics. Let me show you how the comment system works. So I'll enter a comment here on the side. You've got this little box that says resolve. Don't resolve comments. Okay? That will make it disappear, and we don't want the comments to disappear. I want the comments to be there. You want the comments to be there so you can look at them later because you're going to revise some of these entries. So leave the comment right there. You can reply to the comment if you want. When I give you a comment in your document, it will automatically send you an email saying that you've got a comment. If you reply, it will automatically send me an email. So it's this really convenient thing. Later in the semester, we're going to share some of these slides, and you're going to be commenting on other people's entries, and this can develop into a whole comment thread down the line and so forth. So take a look at this document. Let me know if you have any questions. Set one up for yourself. Don't put your name on it. Instead, put your Z number on it. Make sure it's shared with me. Make sure that anyone with a link can comment. And make sure you copy and paste this link into an email and send it to me. Once I have it, I'm going to enter it into my own document anonymously so that I just see your Z number. And you don't need to send it to me again. Every entry will be a new page, but once I have the original link, I can go in whenever I want, and I can look and see what you're doing. So that's all the information I'm going to give you now. I'll give this information to you in 3 ways. I'll go over it in class, you have this video, and you have written instructions. Good luck.